Hey guys, I pulled myself together from earlier, go watch that video. I was a mess. As we did find out something kind of good. I'm looking forward to it, but in a way I am, but I'm also not, and it's a mess, which is my mom's brother is leaving on this Friday, and then he will be here on Saturday because it is a very, very long drive. Plus, he's going to drive most of it on Friday and then get here sometime on Saturday So we did decide, or I decided because my mom leaving it up to me, when we open Sam's gifts because his birthday is on Saturday. And so what I decided was that I'm gonna wait until my mom's brother and his dog, he has a really nice little dog, get here, and in the meantime I'm just gonna play with Sam, play with him, give him treats and from the pantry, and then give him a lot of love and stuff. But because that way he can open his gifts and stuff and have a doggy friend. Bad. I said, oh. Okay, sorry, I was shaking that word out of my mind. Because if I focus really hard on not saying it, I end up saying it by accident. But the reason I'm not looking forward to it is I have to face a fear. My parents are not forcing me to do this. I am choosing to do this because it's a really dumb fear. I feel, well, it's not a dumb fear, but I look at it as it's not a dumb fear. This is your fear, it's not dumb in any case, but I feel like in my case it's a little silly. Meaning that I have always kind of had a fear of any form of animal, even dogs, any animal, especially snakes and lizards. Ugh. I'm actually going to tell you a story really quick, which is part of why I'm very traumatized by lizards, even though I always have been scared of them, which is that one year for my mom's birthday, Skylar's mom got her this really nice rain gauge thing that was really nice, and it was pretty, and it was a really nice add-on for my mom's garden because she had a garden and stuff. And what happened was lizards would always climb up on it. Well, this one day I went to empty the rain, we were outside doing some yard work or working in the garden, and I went oh, I'm gonna go empty the rain gauge. And I went over, and all of a sudden a lizard crawled on my arm, and I freaked out, screaming, and my dad came over and got it off really fast and got rid of it, and I went running inside the house. I didn't go outside again that day. And to be honest, I didn't go outside for a while. Yeah, very short, very traumatizing story for me. But yeah, so I do better around little dogs. Fun fact, I was actually scared of Sam at first. No, and I felt bad because I instantly fell in love with Sam. Me and Sam instantly, what happened was, at first, when we first, fun fact, the day before my parents got him, I'm gonna tell you, the whole story and stuff. My mom, I had my reading tutor, and that day, my mom called us and went hey, you need to stop at the place and look at dogs. And so we did, and my dad actually held Sam that day, and then I felt bad that we were leaving Sam because I was and Sam was just sad, and I'm I just fell in love with him that day. Like, I knew, like, I wanted him, like, I wanted him so badly. Part of it was because a little while, like, I want to say like a year before or something, and my mom was planning to, we actually had purchased a dog and everything, and then what happened was that my mom kind of found out it was a scam because the, like, guy, like, on the phone, he kept seeming sketchy, like, it just seemed sketchy, and then I got really heartbroken by it, and, like, it was a thing. Then, like, it was a thing, and I was really, really heartbroken by it. And so, like, I really loved Sam, and I really wanted Sam. Well, the next day, my sister was my teacher at the time, and the next day, she was taking me on, like, a school field trip. It was actually more just going somewhere fun situation, but where I could learn but also have fun. And it was a really cool science museum. And then she talked about, like, taking me to the history museum some later, and in my head I'm like, eh. Because, no, the reasoning was because I had been to the history museum and, like, 2 or 3 times. Like, 2 or 3 times, and what happened was that every time it was very boring, and I just was never a big fan of it. So literally what happened was I actually had a feeling that we were getting Sam or getting a dog because the night before my mom, like, asked my sister, because my sister technically owned the house, because we were living with her, and, like, and so literally what happened was that, like, I had a feeling, and then we got into the, like, car, we got there, like, the day, or that morning, my parents had mentioned, like, they were going, like, to a town, which is where the place that had Sam was. So in my mind, I'm like, they're definitely getting, like, I was gonna be really sad if they didn't get a dog. And then so we got back in the car, like, after having a fun day at the science museum. Sorry, I'm picking up my toenail. I know it sounds really bad and really gross. Okay, I'm gonna stop. But anyways, like, it sounds. But anyways, we got back in the car and was kind of a fun day, and then me and my sister were on our way home, and what happened was that we were on our way home and we had stopped by Starbucks because my sister loves Starbucks, and also I don't drink coffee or anything, so like my parents won't let me so well I would always get either a steamed milk, which is a really hot milk. I don't never get kids temperature. I like the hot. Like with kids temperature, I tried it twice, and it's never that hot. Like it's not like it's like kind of warm, but not what I want. And then so I always would get hot, or I would just get straight up 2% milk. Sometimes with ice. And so like that's like my Starbucks slash Dunkin' Donuts order. Although at Dunkin' Donuts I don't ever get warm. I just get it like 2% milk or a water. Which I'm gonna get to a story about that in a minute. But like for me, and I brought up something like somehow me and my sister got on the topic of like dogs, and she was like, yeah, I said, I think they're getting one today, and she's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure too. But it's fine if like they do. So like, we get home, and then my sister drops me off, and she leaves because she had to, or she wanted to like go pick Bella's sister up from the bus stop. Even though it's walking distance, and she just wanted to like give her a reward and not have to walk. And so, like, literally what happened was that I go inside and I'm looking around, like, for a dog, like, and no sign of it. My parents' car was, like, outside, like, their car was here, so, like, or was there, and then, like, so I knew they were home and stuff. And then I go upstairs, still looking, no signs. So I went in my parents' bedroom, and my mom was holding Sam, and I just got really excited. And I was actually, like, I would pet him and stuff if someone was holding him, but then eventually, only, like, right afterwards, we went on vacation, and actually went to escape a really bad storm, and, like, it went to escape a really bad storm, and then we like went and visited my mom's brother and like my mom's sister and like someone else. I forget how she's related to us. I know she's related to us somehow. Oh wait, I'm pretty sure she's either my aunt or my mom's aunt, one of them. And then like we were going to like just visit her, and then like that was a lot of fun. And the entire trip everyone was pushing me like, or trying to push me like not to be afraid of Sam, and but I because on the second like you would let him out of his cage or like just roaming around, I would stay, like I would sit on like the couch or something, and I wouldn't move until like someone was holding him or something. Well, I would move, I just wouldn't leave the couch. Like I was generally scared of him. And then we ended up like getting back from vacation, and like that was a long vacation. Like it was 2 weeks, like 2.5 weeks. I want to say, like it was like half a month. Like it was a long vacation. And then we got back, and eventually once people stopped pushing me, and I mean this is actually a fun little tip for anyone that has like a kid like anyone that knows someone that is like scared of like a dog or something, and you kind of want them to, like, they own a dog but they're scared of it or something in that situation, this is a fun little tip that you should try. It takes a while, but it actually works. Or just like when people stop pushing me and stop bringing it up, I kind of slowly, like, I pick Sam up with the blanket. Yeah, and then like the next day I was picking him up and perfectly fine with him, and I loved him. But like once people stop pushing me is when I and let and just let time do its job and just let me naturally like go towards him. Is when the problem got fixed, not when people were pushing me and trying to solve it. When they did absolutely nothing, they stopped caring. Is when the problem got fixed. So if you're in that situation, maybe try this. It might take a while. It might take a month or two or longer. Like, it could take a while or it could happen really fast. It might work. Just saying, like, it's worth the try. So, yeah, like, that was really, but I wanted to tell you a quick story, which, this is a Starbucks story / dance story. And so, like, this one morning, it was pretty cold out. Like, you could see your breath. Like, it was cold out. And, like, I was ready. Like, pretty much, I had a jacket on. Like, this very light jacket. A pair of long pants. And then this, like, short sleeve shirt on. And, like, we were heading to dance. And then we stopped by Starbucks, and I ended up getting like the tallest size water they had. And it was freezing cold, walking into dance, holding the water with ice cubes. We were early, so we were kind of like outside, like just hanging out and stuff, and it was a mess because of how cold it was. And I'm like, I should have gone with them. Actually, what happened that day, I think my sister wouldn't let us like get like milk or anything. I forget why. Like, I feel like there was, oh wait, I think it was that she was low on money at the time. And since a fun little thing is that at Starbucks, or at least all of them that I've been to, water is free. Like, any size water is free. So we ended up just getting ice cold water, and it was kind of a bad choice because it was freezing cold out and my hands were getting really, really cold. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Yeah. And yeah, I'm like right now, like, but I am choosing to face my fear and get over like being scared of my mom's brother's dog. No one is forcing me to do this. This is my choice. I'm realizing it's time. It's time for me to face that fear. Time to get over with. Also, I know the dog really well. I know that she's a really nice dog. Like, her and Sam get along. Actually, they don't. They're kind of like, And part of that was because the last time, like the only time that they ever been around each other, Sam was 4 months old. Sam was literally like 4 months old at the time, was still a puppy, and like at the time, I think she was like, 2 or 3 years old, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember. 11 earrings. So I'm like a big baby when it comes to changing out my earrings. And like literally my dad changes them out, and part of that is because of the fact that it said that word. But it's because it's really hard for me to see the hole, because the hole is tiny, but also at the same time, don't worry, there is actually a hole and stuff, like we're good. But it's just like they did their job right. And then what happened was, and so like my dad changes them out also because I'm a baby, and like I get really scared. Like I feel like I kind of know why, which is because at first, well, two reasons. First up, it's just a little scary knowing that you're about to put some through a hole, and the hole is in your body. Like that's a little freaky, and stuff. But also, the main reasoning is because the first couple of times I changed them out, like I want to say like 8 or 9 times. I changed them out about 10 or 11 times. And I have had them for a really long time. Like over 6 months, and I changed them out maybe 11 or 12 times at most. But the first like 8 or 9 times, it actually kind of hurt to change them out, which Skylar's mom did say that is normal. The first time, I didn't really feel it. And Skylar's mom actually changed them out the first time, because I do have one thing to say about it to my sister. You kind of made a mistake, and that mistake was you never told me how to change them out or how to get them out of my ears. So, like, that's a little mistake, and I think and don't worry, like, it's not a big deal. Like, I guess, I think my sister thought I knew, because, like, this was my idea. I wanted to get my ears to wear JoJo earrings, but my pair of JoJo earrings that I got for Christmas broke. Like, what happened with Lizard, which led to a story that was scary for me, which was that for Christmas my parents got me these JoJo earrings because they knew I really wanted a pair. And what happened was that I was wearing them and stuff. And then what happened was this one day, I didn't realize there's a flat piece, like, there's the little, like, point. And that point is hooked to a flat piece of metal, which is hooked to, like, the JoJo, like, face thing, like, the actual earring part, you know. Let me spray that bug. There was a bug. Okay. Wait, I'm coming back. So, I think I killed it. I don't know. I'm using this stuff, but I don't know if I got it because it kind of went behind my vanity, and then I sprayed some stuff so it did kind of drip. But anyways, like, it was, like, for me, I got freaked out because of one day I was just watching YouTube, and all of a sudden, and I noticed something, and which was, so I look, and so I turn on my, like, camera on my iPad, and I'm looking, and I was like the JoJo part popped off, and I didn't I noticed that I didn't turn on my camera, but I noticed that the JoJo part had popped off, because when I touched it, like, the design wasn't there, and I found it on the couch, and then, so I freaked out thinking, because I didn't realize there was a metal flat piece, which is what the point was hooked to, and then pretty much what happened, I'm, like, thinking that the point is stuck in my ear, thinking we're gonna have to, like, go get it removed, like, freaking out, and then my dad's like, I will just take it out easily, and I'm like freaking out. We get to the bathroom to like take it out, and I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh wait, there's a metal piece hooked to it, so it's not even gonna be that hard to do. You just have to like pinch the metal piece and pull the back off. Like, not a big deal. Like, freaking out. And then soon later so since I am a baby and I didn't want to like change, like, what I mean by a baby, yeah, I like freak out and like I start like freaking out when it's time to change my earrings out. And so like we put a new earring in that side. I kept the other one in because I didn't want to like change it because again I'm a baby and I freak out about it, even though it's nothing. People do this on a day-to-day basis sometimes. Like, it's not even a big deal, but for me, like, I was freaked out. And then soon later, or the other one broke, and like it was a mess of a week because for me, and like we never did find the JoJo picture for that one, so I randomly only have. Let me actually like show you the earring. Had my dad hot glue or super glued it back together, but we never found the other one. So yeah, like we found the point because the point was in my ear, but like in the backing. So yeah, but I was freaked out that week. Peace out.